Yeah, Mike check. First and foremost, give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Shai Thumb. And it's a sincere greeting to all the brothers and sisters scattered across the four corners, teaching this word with sincerity and charity, man. We gonna watch a couple videos today. You remember how that darn when the teacher came in with the video monitor back in the day, for my 80s babies, my 70s babies. I don't know if they had them things in the 60s. We just gonna say they had them. That's my 60s babies. They came in with that monitor and a VCR tape, man. You knew it was gonna be a decent day, man. You might can get you a little nap in, but you ain't doing no work like that. But we gonna watch a couple videos today, man. Just speak on some of the things that have been plaguing our community, man. Some of the things, um, you know, is it even, just the mindset of us? Is it even our community? Should we even care that the local store got destroyed? Should we even care that the school windows got broken out? Should we? Is should we even care? Should we like, yeah, man, go and destroy that stuff, burn everything down? But we're gonna talk about some of this stuff and then try to figure out, because if we don't understand where and how this thing came to pass, how we got to this point, then we're gonna continue to fall into this same pattern, man. And ultimately these things end up destroying us. Um, and not just this ain't just a miracle problem, this throughout the earth. This ain't just a black problem, it's a white problem. So it's throughout the earth. But we dealing with us, man. We dealing with us and the things closer to us. Shalom, brother Dion, brother Eleazar.
Hey,
Shalom,
shalom,
man.
shalom. Yeah, about you, myself.
Yeah, but fine. But yeah, man, we just gonna discuss some of these things, man. Let me remove that. I'm gonna save him for a little later. But man, we gonna go on jump straight into this thing, man. I don't wanna hold too many people up today. Let me share my screen. I got a plethora of videos to show. And man, we just gonna discuss these things out, man. I got a couple of precepts here and there. Um, but ultimately, man, all these problems and stuff are just coming from sin, man. It's just coming from sin. That's what it just ultimately boils down to. I don't want to show that one yet. Um, Let me go to history. Oh no, my watch laters. Y'all see my screen?
Con.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's show this one first.
At Olive Garden, nobody loves Alfredo quite
Fair
like
use,
we
fair
do.
use, fair
We
use.
make it from scratch, so you can enjoy
But
it poured,
man, what do we?
twirled, or
Just,
dipped. With
just
our
look at these and
one-of-a-kind
just examine
Alfredo,
these
the
things, man,
possibilities
and
are endless.
Now at 11, a Good Samaritan trying to stop two alleged thieves at a TJ Maxx in Miraloma. Dramatic video captured by a customer showing the takedown at the location on Limonite Avenue today. At least two women wearing black hoodies seen trying to walk out with arms full of purses. But when the second one tried to leave, a man jumped in.
so you see one just left out. You got one Esau putting his hands
Stop
on,
her, tackling her, eventually knocking her to the
and then look at that one there just came out the cut. Right there, she got a couple of things with her.
ground.
She gonna get on up out of there. There was another one from the other side that got out. Left the sister.
After a brief struggle, the alleged thief was able to get away. It's unclear what merchandise actually was taken. So far, no arrests have been made.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7 content.
So I know the blood pressure go up a little bit looking at Esau, manhandling the sister, grabbing the person. But what are we doing? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What are we doing in this situation, man? We seeing 4, 5 people walking out, um, taking merchandise from these stores, and what are the consequences of this if we just walk by, if we just continue to walk? Was Esau wrong? Was Esau wrong? Let me look at one more and then we'll talk about it. Y'all can see my
It
screens
certainly
here.
is dramatic, and Newton police are
Oh.
releasing this video in hopes of getting tips about the identity of the woman who they say not only committed the robbery, but also sent a store employee to the hospital in the process. Store surveillance video shows a TJ Maxx employee running after a woman at the Newton store and then getting pepper sprayed while trying to stop a robbery in which nearly $3,000 worth of merchandise is stolen. Newton police say the incident happened just before 6 p.m. Sunday. The suspect walks in and is seen grabbing a hoodie. Then police say she wants to see a purse that is in a locked display case. When the employee tells the woman she can only see one item at a time, the suspect grabs 2 Balenciaga handbags and the hoodie and takes off. The employee chases after her and appears to...
You see that other sister that's with her? It could be her daughter. Looks maybe a little younger. But she really not with it. She really not with that mess, but you know, maybe she been talked in. I can only speculate.
Try to pull back the merchandise. That's when the suspect hits her with the pepper spray.
2 people walked in the store together. The one that was wearing the Gap shirt, she's our suspect. If anybody has any information on her, we're asking that they call our department and let us know who that is. If someone recognizes the person that she was with, we would love to speak to her. Maybe she witnessed something.
Newton police say this is at least the second incident that happened during the month of February in which a customer pepper sprays an employee during a shoplifting incident or robbery. Tonight, Newton police have this advice for anyone who witnesses a crime like this.
We never want anybody, any employee, to ever try to stop someone, ever try to get involved in any way. The way you should get involved is by being our eyes and ears.
I mentioned.
All right, 12 saying don't get involved. Don't get involved. One more, y'all. I'm sorry. One more, just to go ahead and just breeze on through these things. But police say don't get involved. Don't be trying to chase these folks down about this stuff, man. Just go on, let them go be the eyes and the ears.
Shoplifting gang from New Jersey busted, caught on camera stealing more than $90,000 worth of luxury handbags in the Hamptons.
3 suspects face charges tonight. 2 are still on the run. The theft happened earlier this month inside a Balenciaga store.
It's just one of several similar crimes all over the tri-state, emboldened criminals seemingly fearless of the legal consequences. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Kristen Thorne.
It took the group from Newark just 24 seconds to steal 48 handbags
It's
from
like
the
sisters
Balenciaga
didn't
store
used to
in
get
East
into
Hampton
this mess,
Village 2 weeks ago.
When she went into the store, she asked about a pair of shoes. And when the clerk went to get those shoes, the 4 co-conspirators rushed in.
Police say the group made off with $94,000 worth of merchandise and jumped into a Durango, but police were right behind them.
During that pursuit, the Durango traveled at speeds of up to 100 miles an hour. They were swerving into the oncoming lanes of traffic in an attempt to get away. And the East Hampton Village Police Department terminated the pursuit at that time because of the clear danger to the public.
Eventually, the suspect's car became disabled around the LIE in Wading River, and police caught the suspects on foot.
You know, so what are the consequences? What, like, how did we get to this point where we this bold, where we just walk in? We just walk in and take it. But these kids are just walking in. These thieves now are just walking and walking out. Just a slightly walk in, walk out. Go ahead, Op.
Shalakia, I saw a video of this dude. He had a big, giant industrial garbage bag full of trash, and he was not moving fast. He did not care. He was literally filled this bag up. The bag was full. He looked like Santa Claus when he was walking out. It was pathetic. It was sickening. I'm talking about, man, they don't even care. They do not care. This stuff is so important to them, they will lose their freedom and not give a darn about it. These women, it's sickening, man. It's sickening. And they're going to pay for that. They're going to end up paying for that. But that's not for me to judge or give them that punishment. The Most High going to pay. They're going to get paid back for that. But, you know, it's getting crazier and crazier, man. Like this, they making this stuff. These name brands are just Like you ain't cool if you ain't Balenciaga or you ain't you did whatever this other trash is. You ain't got it going on if you ain't got this stuff on.
Yeah.
And they boosting it and they probably selling most of it, but they ain't getting the money nowhere near what the purse is worth. The purse probably ain't worth nothing but the name. That's all you really paying for. That's all we always been paying for. And if you hear how these designers talk about black people, then we still going after it like that. It's retarded, man. I get that's sickening. Right, yeah, man.
Hey, Shalakia. And it's just not, like these women's a lot of this is more of a couple thing, because you got the dudes doing the same thing on a different level. Like over here in Stockbridge, over 141 cars in one complex was broken into in one night. 141 cars. I was driving down Tara Boulevard picking up a passenger, and they said the day before, a dude pulled up in he had a Chrysler, not a Chrysler, but the car had the Challenger, right? Not the Challenger, but the other one. It's not the Challenger, it's the Charger. Had a Charger. 4 guys jumped out, shot him, killed him, pulled him out of his car, and took his car. I'm saying this is the level our children is on right now, man. You see the women's doing it, but the men's is taking it to a whole nother level. They killing for a car. They killing for, and like, even when you go to these car dealerships, they tell you that certain cars are more prone to be stolen. But they not just taking a car, they killing the folks. They did the same thing in Atlanta. Killed the dude at the gas station for his car. So this issue with our kids, you see how women's doing this, and like most of them gonna go sell it on the street because the value really is on the street. That's what the value is, man. Because how many times we done been, we've been, and going to a gas station. Hey, bro, I got hey, come check what I got. Where you think he get it from? Where you think they getting that stuff from? Hey, I got this Vicilago, man. Vicilago, hey, come check it out. Where you think they get it from, man? Yeah, they running right in them stores and getting them. You know what I mean? And so this is where we at, and the consequence is gonna be death. And then we want to sit around here and have all these marches for these folks and be talking about how racism is don't get me wrong, some of it is racism, but at what part do we hold ourselves accountable for that?
Right.
No, they want to say, well, oh no, all black folks steal. We know that ain't true. But then we got our people out here doing it. Are we bringing correction?
Right.
You have some parents see their kids in there, the police after their kids, and their kids on the run, and they sitting there, they wiring their kids money to be on the run. Come on, man. We gotta have some accountability, man, for what's going on in our community, brother. I hear.
Con, and I forgot to put that other video in there, but it was a video of a sister that was she was being followed in the store. And she was in a tennis shoe trying to buy some shoes. And the clerk was following her, and she took the film
I saw
out.
that.
She took the camera out. No, you good. It's good.
I saw
flow
that.
open, man. You took the camera, she was filming her and so forth, but this is part of the consequences of these kids, and we allowing these kids to do this, and we not saying nothing to these kids, and like we not reproving them, we not saying it's wrong, we not stepping in, we're not seeing it. We're not seeing in a manner. We're not seeing in a manner where we thinking that this is a big issue, man. Well, our focus is on some whole other stuff, but this is a major issue that's plaguing where we live, man. That's plaguing where we have to raise our kids and where our kids have to go to school and where we have to shop in the grocery stores that we have to go into. With these kids running into these things in mass and like, hundreds of them at a time. How you got 100 teenagers together? How you got 150 and I think a lot of this too, man. I think that COVID opened this door up too. Where they wearing the mask and all the fraudulent things that were going on doing there, and the money that was flowing everywhere, and these folks like, man, we ain't trying to go back to work. We ain't trying to do none of that, and they really have disconnected, man. You have to be totally disconnected. Like I was saying, you got a whole Santa Claus bag full of stuff that you stealing, and you just calm and collected, and you're not worried about nothing. Like that Holy Spirit definitely gone. But you have just totally disconnected from that little internal clock that just tells you, hey man, this stuff is wrong. You're gonna end up getting caught. Like, don't have no fear. Don't have no fear about their face being seen. None of that, man. We just walk in there, snatch the stuff, and get out.
And Shalakia, everybody know Hustle Man in the hood.
Man,
everybody know Hustle Man. Ain't nobody turning Hustle Man in. Hustle Man bring the plug to the hood.
Yeah.
We not gonna turn in Hustle Man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the
I've
problem.
been part of that thing. Yeah, I've been part of that.
Cool. Hey, it been times, bro. I've been looking for Hustle Man, bro.
Hey, and we didn't have Hustle Man throughout the ages, brother. What about old boy Lenny from J.C. Penney's? What was his name? We didn't been involved in this for ages, huh?
Hey, well, you be in the store, man. You like, how much y'all want for that? $2,000. All right, look, as soon as I get to the hood, hey, bro, I see this TV. I'm gonna tell you what serial number it got, bro. I want to say to you, man, come on, man. We've been all been a victim of that thing, bro. We all been perpetuating that, man.
Yeah, we have fed into it, and that's another one of the issues is that they know where to get it off at. They can go in the trap. They know, the clothes man always used to come in there. The DVD man used to come in there. The shoe man used to come in there, and everything they had done stolen, they'll lay it out. It could probably it'll probably be gone that night, man. Most of it, Joker
go to the barbershop. Yeah.
Go to the barbershops. They got their trunk open at the Quick Trips.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we can't feed it. That'll have to be the correction. But like I said, man, we all been part of it. It's been throughout time. Even when I was a kid, a Joker name, we used to call him Sticky. and that was his name, was Sticky.
Imagine that.
And he would just ask, man, any video game you want or anything. Yeah, man, give me that. But yeah, that's been in our community. But and that's what I'm saying. Just us talking and just going back, just rewinding back and just trying to see like what how did we get to this point where it's 100 stickies? It wasn't but one sticky in the hood. We had one. The Hustle Man, maybe 2 or 3, that would come through and drop stuff off, be in and out. But now we have them like everybody's doing it. Ain't even like when you got 200 people willing to run into a store, when you got 5, 6, and that's why I was talking about the sisters even getting involved in it. Like if the sisters done start doing it, man, the men are on a whole nother spectrum. I'll say 140 cars broken into in one night.
That's not no one person. He got 10
it's a whole gang.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole gang of them jokers, man. 100, and you wake up and everybody out the complex, and this is why it's a community problem. This is like like we can't ignore it. It don't matter how we contain it's not just our household. We have to start looking at things like, man, all of this stuff is all of these kids are affecting us, man. It don't have to be your kids. It could be somebody else's kids and somebody else's kids. It ain't even got to be from your side of town. But man, we got to get back to, I was talking to earlier about having that reverence. We got to get that reverence back from these elders. Used to be a time you wouldn't do that in front of no elders. You wouldn't run in no store and you knew them darn elders was in there. You ain't finna run in that store and be trying to steal no whole bunch of stuff, man. But now, man, we had a different point here, man. Read a couple precepts. We'll go back and watch a few more videos. Deuteronomy 6:6. But ultimately, man, like I said, man, ultimately this thing comes down to just us just not instilling these things, man. It's just not being instilled, not knowing, even us, even in church, even though the doctrine is just totally off, man, it's still some things that we learned as a child going in that building, being around those elders, having that reverence, even if it's only for 2 hours. You had a point of 2-3 hours where you had to sit your butt down and be quiet. You weren't finna be ripping and running and doing all this foolishness, man. You had to at least 3 hours once a week where you had to sit your butt down and learn some. And we don't have that now. A lot of these parents, they gone on the weekends. They gone on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. You got that up?
This is Deuteronomy 6 and verse 6. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them for a sign upon thine hand, and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes. And thou shalt write them, Shalakia.
No, that's all I wanted. We supposed to be discussing these things in our households, man. We supposed to be discussing these things around our children. They supposed to know. And I was talking earlier, man. We got to be doing this early, man. Like these folks is doing this stuff now. It's too late. They not gonna learn from us from you trying to talk to them. It's too late.
They taste the blood.
Yeah, they gotta taste it. They gotta taste it. They gotta taste it now, man. They gotta feel it. That's the only way. There's 2 ways to learn, man. And so they have to go do it. Deuteronomy 4 and 9. They just gotta go through it now. That's
It's the same. It's been the same way. It's just coming in a different form. Like back in the day, if it wasn't, people was pubbing up, whether it be Mad Dog 2020 or drinking Bumpy Face or something, and you get to trying it, and it ain't until you throw up that you realize that this wasn't good for you.
Right.
You
tried it all.
Yeah, you got to try it. Somebody get, you can't listen. The elders done told you, man, don't be drinking that stuff. I used to drink that when I was a kid. That stuff ain't good for you. But it ain't until you get of age, you get opportunity, you get legal, then you try it and throw up and feel crappy the next day. Now you're going to listen.
Hey,
remember with the cigarettes. Go ahead, Op.
And I think another thing too, man, like you was mentioning about the church, right? I think a lot of things too, man, is a lot of times we would, even growing up back in the days, the one who used to tell you not to do it, a lot of times was still doing it. It wasn't that they had stopped doing it; they were still doing it. So a lot of times, people were saying things out of hypocrisy, and so now, what we start to realize, it ain't too much what you say. What people recognize is what you actually doing. What people recognize. When you go into the text, when you go into 1 Timothy 4, it goes into and when you go into Titus, is it Titus? yeah, I think it's Titus, when it goes into Titus 1, when it goes into when you're trying to find a bishop, and it tells you to go to the bishop and look at how he running his house. Make sure you have respectable kids. Make sure he have one wife, right? Because a man is known by his family. And so that's what I'm saying. A lot of times we say stuff out of hypocrisy, and kids pick up on that. You tell them what to do, but you don't show them by your actions. You don't lead by your actions. You don't lead by examples, and the kids call it out. They call it hypocrisy, and that's why kids continue to keep doing it, because they don't see no change in you. And that's what's wrong with the church. Like, you told us, okay, to do this, but then we'll see the pastor sleeping with so-and-so wife, right? We'll see the pastor. I know in the pastor out of school, the church I was going to, he was actually sleeping. He was married, but he was sleeping with one of the members' wife. You see what I'm saying? And then look, I was in the streets at the time. I'm walking through these little apartments. I mean, these little hotels we used to be at. And he gonna run up to me. The pastor who buried my mama came to me and said, "Hey, bro, you got something? You got something for me?" I'm like, no, man, I don't got it, because he didn't even recognize who I was. And as I'm walking, one of the women that went to the church, her name was Sister Cooper. She running in the hotel like she Diana Ross. Like she don't want nobody to see her, the same hotel the pastor in. Come on, man. So I think that what happens with a lot of stuff that these people say, they saying it, but they doing the complete opposite to what kids calling out hypocrisy. And I hear, brother.
Yeah, con. And because I remember, that's why I said you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it young. But I remember even getting baptized, and I went out, man, and man, we ended up getting high and drunk, man. Afterward. You know what I'm saying? As a teenager, right after I got dipped, I went out there, man. We rolled up a couple, and I didn't tell them I got baptized, but I went right back out there to the Folly. Not back out there, but I didn't leave. But just the reverence of the elders, just the Sunday school, just somebody just being in some kind of program. Even if it was, y'all remember the DARE program, I said, man, who telling these kids to stop selling dope, to stop getting involved in drugs, to protect themselves from diseases, or to keep their celibacy. Who telling these kids that? What program is telling them that? Are they learning? They not learning that in school. They not learning that on TV. They not learning that on is the cartoons teaching them? I ain't seen no cartoon in there, but I don't even think the cartoons. A lot of these cartoons now, they be cussing and all kind of craziness going on these cartoons now. So yeah, to just say no, that yeah, man, we don't have that. The cigarette commercials, that was the Truth cigarette commercials. And I remember too, man, with if you got caught smoking, man, the parents used to make you smoke the whole pack.
Mm-hmm.
Used to make you smoke the whole pack, but the parent was still smoking. You know what I'm saying? But trying to at least still tell you, hey, you need to, don't you sit up there and do this stuff bad for you, so forth, so forth. And us just being out of grown folks' business, so forth. It's just so many things that were structured that we still leak through. It was some parental levies. It was some levies around us, but not. Yep, this is your brain on drugs. Come on. This is not. Them levies done broke, man. Them levies done broke, man. And these kids that we seeing now, man, they gonna be raising kids in a couple years. They kids gonna be up here in a few years, man. This thing is just completely wide open. And I think I was telling me earlier, man, they putting this stuff, they putting these drugs and these opioids and all kind of brownies and cupcakes and it's just, like I said, it's gonna be on the gas station. It's gonna be, I know they got a little fake stuff up there now, but it's gonna be up there, man. A little brownie snack case. It's just gonna be convenient, man. You're gonna be able to pick that stuff up off the ground. You're gonna be able to find it. You're gonna be able to walk on it in a minute, the way these things are going. Did we read the Deuteronomy 4:9?
Negative. Here we go. Deuteronomy 4:9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, unless they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. Especially that's all you want to.
Yeah, that's all I wanted, man. Just us making sure that we teaching this stuff, man, and teaching it to our sons, grandparents at 35, our sons, and their sons, man, because like I say, man, you know that one video with them two girls, there's two sisters that had that red hair, man. I think that was a mother and daughter combination. And she in there with her daughter. She in there trying to teach her daughter. And it's gonna be a glamorous life, man. I should tell you not to envy the evildoers, man. And that the riches of the sinners will come to naught. And so this stuff is gonna catch up with them. But like I say, it's gonna get a lot worse if these things don't get addressed, man. Let's watch a couple more videos. Let me share my screen and run down. Y'all see my screen? And I ain't even know Target even got some darn Balenciaga. But if we let these things go by,
non-drowsy
not saying nothing, then our Target gone. Then, you know, your Publix that was next door is gone. Now you got to drive and make 30 miles to get to the next,
As you can see in this compilation of surveillance footage, there is often nothing subtle about it. Thieves openly stealing merchandise from Target locations across the country.
Along with other retailers, we've seen a significant increase in theft and organized retail crime across our business.
That was Target's CEO on the company's quarterly earnings call Wednesday, discussing what they call inventory shortage, or shrink. In layman's terms, theft.
Year to date, incremental shortage has already reduced our gross margin by more than $400 million versus last year. And we expect it will reduce our gross margin by more than $600 million for the full year.
More than $500 million due to what the industry calls organized retail crime.
We're not talking shoplifting.
David Johnston is VP of Asset Protection at the National Retail Federation.
Shoplifting is one factor in the total loss, but organized retail crime is something that is large-scale thefts, structured, organized networks, working through an entire network from stealing the product to fencing the product to then reselling it both online and in non-reputable locations.
Target told the Wall Street Journal that retail crime incidents are up 50% from 1 year ago, but the National Retail Federation says retailers all over the country saw a total of more than $94 billion in loss due to theft in 2021. That's $4 billion more than the year prior. It is a very big part of why we're seeing more and more everyday items behind lock and key.
It doesn't really matter what the item is.
Man, like you got to put soap behind the cage.
Hey, Shalakia, already the black hair products was behind the key, was behind the glass.
Right.
But now you got to put everything behind lock and key.
You got to lock everything up, and they still gonna get you. That lady still got her ass. She said, "No, you only can get one purse." She went behind there, took another purse, and walked out. Then pepper sprayed the lady.
Well, she got balls.
What you gonna do with that, man? How you got that? Like, what you gonna do with that? Like, how we get to that point?
Smash and grab, yeah, man. That's crazy.
These jokers is laughing.
I think I see one white person, and they probably bullied him into it.
Look at this joker trying to get some cigarette. All the stuff in Walmart. This joker here messing with some. Oh no, he over there. Okay, that's the electronic stuff. Okay. Boy. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, we have to. These folks gotta get punished, man. We can't just, oh man, you know, it's Esau stuff, man. Anyway, man, blah blah blah. You know, it's this is how you eat. And then a lot of people had jobs here. A lot of people who trying to do right, trying to live righteous, got a job, and not a Walmart closed because
This
all the
mistake
looting
is costing Amazon
and,
Prime shoppers.
And now he ain't got no work. Now he mess around, got to loot like everybody else loot.
Man, that's sad.
Hold on. So I'm gonna switch it over, man. Y'all done seen all this mess, man. And like, you know, some of the other stuff, man, parents, kids shooting their parents. You know, y'all done, like, this stuff getting out of hand, man. It's been out of hand, and like I said, it's always been there, but man, it's on times 10 now, man. It's on times 10. I'm looking for Chicago, man. Hold on. Wait, I don't want to play that yet. I'm looking for Chicago. Chicago and these immigrants. Y'all seen that?
Mm-mm.
Of all the stuff going on in Chicago. Watch our elders. Residents. Watch this one. Fair use.
Come here because the South Side of Chicago are mad as hell and they ain't gonna take it no more. And I cannot say that I blame them. So last week, city officials met with people in South Shore, Chicago, to tell them that more asylum seekers will be moved to their neighborhood. Specifically, there's an abandoned school that they want to turn into like a shelter to house what they say is like 200 to 300 immigrants that come into Chicago per day, right? But again, the black people, which is predominantly black on the south side of Chicago, says, nah, we don't want them here. In fact, some of them were saying, build the wall 2024, and just basically they can't come here because they said y'all want to allocate all of that money to help immigrants, but what about the people here? Now, they also said that they were told when Mayor Lori Lightfoot, who is leaving, got into office that they would entertain turning that school into some sort of a youth center. So they're like, we want that for us. Also, there's a lot of gun violence and homelessness going on there in the South Side. So they're like, how y'all gonna spend all this money to help people who really do not belong here? But there's people here already struggling. So I want y'all to watch this video of this 11-year-old boy who said this.
Youngster! I'm 11 years old. I'm wondering why didn't they move it to the Hispanic community?
I agree with him. Why y'all can't move them to the Hispanic part of town? Why y'all always moving people where we live? Now, y'all remember a couple of months ago, Lori Lightfoot pulled that mess with black residents as well when they tried to move in immigrants. And it's like, there's other parts of Chicago, right? Like the people are saying, what about the north side? They're a little bit more affluent. They got a lot of vacant, nice buildings. Y'all could put the...
Man, they don't care about the inner city. They don't care about that neighborhood. They don't care about the people in that neighborhood. They could give two nothings about what them people got to say. They moving them people in there. I tell you what, the neighborhood, they gonna start robbing them folks. Once they start killing them, robbing them, then they'll change their mind. But they don't care about that neighborhood. That's why they doing it. It's Chicago is freaking huge, man. Chicago is huge. It's parts of the town that don't nobody live in. They shut down Cabrini Green completely. That's South Side, but that's more near the city downtown. They could easily set up shop right there. But they don't care. They don't care about your opinion. Shut up and dribble, man. You.
And you know, this black and brown divisions that we have amongst each other, man, and like you exactly right. They don't care. The violence and the things that's going on in that, you know, to them it's like a dump.
That's exactly what it is.
To them it's like, okay, yeah, we got some trash, we got some money that's coming in. You know, so let's, you know, because they getting paid for each of them folks that's coming in there. All you know,
for sure.
They get a check for each one that comes, and they already done tore down the school. The school is already tore down. Let's go put them over there. Let's go dump them over there. And I can understand, but I don't see why we going crazy about it though. I like when you have all that going on the South Side. I don't know why that's one of our. I don't know why we in the meetings for that. Like, why aren't we in the meetings about the gun violence? Why aren't we in the meetings? Why aren't we rallying up? Why aren't we on these street corners about, you know, or even dealing with the homeless that's out there and the problems with that, you know. And again, Chicago was that area where they closed 4 of those Walmarts down. 4 Walmarts got closed down in that same area because of, you know, these kids going in there and looting up and looting the darn store and destroyed it.
Yeah, but see, they don't get money for the homeless people. They gotta give out money. There ain't no money coming in for that. They're not getting allocated no money for that, so they have to just spend money. And I had another point. Keep going. My bad. Let's go come to this.
Hey, Shalakia, and you know, it's the thing we were talking about earlier about how we continue to keep trying to get validated for this nation, right? We steady trying to get validated. We steady asking these folks to care when we ourselves don't care. Like, why is we asking them to care when we don't care? Like, we don't care about that nonsense. Like, we asking people to care about us when we don't care about us. And that's for me, the thing is so frustrating because we continue to keep talking about racism and we continue to keep talking about everything that's going on with the police, but we constantly we glorifying the stuff, and we glorify the stuff in our neighborhood. The dude that's shooting and killing everybody, we glorifying. And when he died, everybody at his funeral, everybody wearing his t-shirt, everybody missing him, and they know he was the Hellraiser. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like we bipolar, man. We asking the nation to save us when we're not trying to save ourselves. We're not trying to make it better in our own community. I don't get that. What do we expect them to do? Because look, where I'm at, when you seen all the gentrification go on, when you seen people being moved out of Perry Home and Grady Home and all these places, we see it moving. Then they going in places, and the places where they being moved to is getting worse. The place they pushing them out to, Stone Mountain, ain't nothing but a little Vietnam back in the day for those who know East Lake Meadows. Where Stone Mountain, it used to be like that, but everywhere black folks going, it getting worse. So what's the problem? Are we gonna take accountability? Are we gonna continue to keep looking for a nation that can't save us? And that's not their problem. This is our problem. This is our problem. That's all I'm saying. Though we keep. It's like we want it both ways. We want to be liberated, but at the same time, we want them to help us. I'm just confused, bro. I'm sorry, Slocky.
My bad. I was gonna say earlier, and plus they immune to that gun violence. They don't even hear it no more. That's like TV being too loud. That's nothing to them no more. People being shot up. If you don't see somebody on the news shot up, they surprised at that when they don't see somebody get shot from the night before. That's how immune it is. And these kids, like 2/3 of our people, man, don't have a moral compass. So it's not gonna get no better for them. They don't even want a compass. They got spirits on them, and it's in their spirit to do wickedly. We have to just face that fact right there. 2/3 are predestined, like already it's written. They going in that lake. There ain't nothing really we can do about it. We got to stand by and watch this nonsense.
Yeah. You know, and you wanna. And that's why I wanted to have the discussion, because you do want to try to do something. You do, like, man, you had the 11-year-old get up there, dump them over there. It's like it don't matter where they dump them. It's like you gonna be mad if they dump them over there. If they dump them over there on the north side in a nice little air conditioned spot, you know, nice little hotel on with some Edomites, you're gonna be 38 hot. You're gonna be mad. Yeah, you're gonna be jealous.
It's a lot, yeah. And when they go over there, and do you see them start getting homes and start see them getting businesses? And see, they come here, they give them everything. That's what gonna be the argument then, right? They get everything,
right?
You didn't.
But
want
them Haitians are they not? You know, that's our people too.
They are our people, and see, that's what I'm saying. I'm from Miami. It ain't just how we do the brown people. We do that among ourselves.
Huh?
I'm from Miami. I seen when the Haitians start immigrating here. The blacks didn't want them there then. The Jamaicans, the blacks then, the black Americans, the ones who've been segregated, the ones that have been ostracized and oppressed, want to oppress other people. They ain't want them in there. They see these people coming off these slave ships. Coming off them ships. They ain't want them. No, they stink. No folks over there stink. You see what I'm saying? It's just that the level of hatred among us, with us, to me, and that's what I'm saying. We steady up here, all these videos, want to do all these videos about vocab and do all these videos about apologetics and who's who. Man, who cares? Man, we got serious problems in our community, man. We have serious problems in our community that need to be addressed like ASAP. What God told Ezra, go teach the people, man. We sitting here having these freaking debates, being drunk on algorithms, and our people running in stores and taking all this nonsense about to get in. As soon as the police shoot them, here we are. We gonna go and say, well, they could have just arrested them. When they
them police. Shalak, my bad. Go ahead. I was gonna say something on that. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Yeah, when they riding down, they running from the police, going against ongoing traffic. Shalak it, bro. Go ahead, brother.
And they insure that all them products. A lot of them products is insured. These people ain't insured. They care more about that property, those belongings, that stuff in them stores than they do about you. Y'all remember who was that? Bush They said if they start looting, shoot them. Huh?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Rodney. Was that Rodney King?
Yeah. If they start looting, shoot them.
Yep.
They care more about property and items and stuff in the stores than they do about you.
Yeah. You still 3/5 of a human being according to them, man.
And they not gonna let you destroy they system.
No.
They're not gonna, they're not gonna let you destroy their great country. That's why Esau jumped up there. How many black people would have stopped that sister from running out of there with that purse?
Not a one. Not one.
Most jokers are trying to be following them, be trying to get their number. Yeah.
I just said that, yeah.
Yeah, drop your number. What's your number, girl?
What's the addy? Let me get that. Let me get the addy.
Send me your addy.
I'll meet you there.
Okay.
That's our people.
Man. That's our people, man. And that's why I was saying we have that aspect of, well, it's not ours and it's theirs and it's but man, it's still gonna affect us. Even if it's even if the system is, they don't care nothing about us and so forth, we still in this system and it's gonna affect us. If we loot up all of our gas stations or if we loot up our Wendy's, just like that Wendy's in Atlanta that got burned down. I had a coworker that used to manage under him, and it's a brother. He got 4 or 5 Wendy's in Atlanta, and he was like, "Nah, I'm not rebuilding it. If you take that insurance money, I'm done." So now you ain't got Wendy's. Yeah, now you ain't got Wendy's now. Burnt down the Wendy's. Now ain't no Wendy's. He ended up getting everybody, shifted around and stuff, but. Yeah, now you ain't got no Wendy's, man. No Frosties for you.
No double stacks.
No double stacks, man. You got number Church's Chicken and Family Dollar, man. And that's how these things happen. Let me show y'all this one here, man. One more after this, and then I'll say we'll read a few more precepts and get up out of here.
May 16, 2004, my graduation day. They call my name.
So don't continue, man.
In despair, visibly exhausted, dozens of migrants refusing to leave this hotel in Midtown Manhattan. This Venezuelan man saying he's tired and cold, questioning if this is the harsh reality of the American dream.
The cops are here. We need people at the Watson right now.
Dozens of police mobilized in an effort to control the peace, as the irritated and tired migrant men demanded to be allowed back into the hotel. The mayor's office contends the NYPD only responded after individuals who were not asylum seekers assigned to the Watson Hotel rushed in and tried to enter.
Y hay que caminar como una cuadra y media para irse a duchar. No hay agua caliente. Las camas son camillas de emergencia.
The New York City mayor's office last weekend began to relocate single male migrants to a new relief center at the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal in Red Hook. According to a statement from Fabian Levy, press secretary for New York City Mayor Eric Adams, the transition occurred to make more room in the hotel for asylum-seeking families with children. It went on to say the facilities at Brooklyn Cruise Terminal will provide the same services as every other humanitarian relief center in the city, and the scheduled relocations to Brooklyn Cruise Terminal this weekend took place as planned.
And I'll just put this up here just to, show, how our brothers, they over here and like they just got here. You an immigrant and now you demanding rights. You're saying, what, this is the American dream. Like, wait a minute, man. You got here, brother. You in here. You just gotta deal with what they dealing with, but you got here, brother. Like what's going on, man? What's the psyche?
Yeah, it's called democracy, brother. It's called democracy.
Like you just got here,
Yeah, they was planning it on the ship. they was writing down they planned when they was on the ship, brother. They understand America. You can say what you want to say. You can do they know they can't get away with that in their country, but they know in America It's all about democracy.
They got rights.
They got rights. Yes.
Man. And that's some of the delusion that gets sent out here, man. And that we drunk on. That's some of that Babylon juice that we drunk on ourselves, where we, you know, we think we're privileged. We think we have, like, man, like, I thought you just got rescued. Ain't no thank yous, ain't no, it's man, this is what we supposed to get, and then we have on us on the other side, so-called nigga on the other side, Jake on the other side, saying we don't even want him over here. So it's like, man, like look at our way of thinking, man. Look how far, you know, we away from each other. And it was another Chicago. This dude was Hispanic too. He was Hispanic, actually talking about like, man, nah, man, don't bring them folks over here. Don't bring them over here, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm like, man, we are so confused, man. We don't know which way to go, man. That's what this thing coming down to, man. We just, and that's one of the devices of racism, white supremacy, is confusion, because it just keeps you stagnant. You don't know whether to stop the lady with your purse or to run after her and get a phone number. You don't know what, you don't know where to have, some liberty, or, well, do I got some freedom to do this, or, and then you won't do it. You won't have, but you don't have the liberty to do it yourself. You don't have the liberty on your own. You don't want to run for certain offices. We don't want to build up our own communities. We don't want to do for self. We want to kind of stay in the child's place, but then we do want to be adults. But and I think this is, again, that confusion is it's causing us all kinds of problems, man, where we don't know our head from our foot, man. And these situations are happening.
Acto para dormir, no es acto para vivir. Las cosas no las tiene
we
uno.
complaining about stuff we shouldn't, yeah, we should be complaining about it. But like I was saying earlier, man, we got so many other things to be dealing with, man. So many other problems, so many issues to be dealing with. Than to be dealing with that. And even this country, period. You got so many issues to be dealing with, to be, this being front headline news, man. Get these folks somewhere to stay and keep it moving. It shouldn't be a big deal. But we've made it that, man. Y'all got anything if I go into a couple precepts?
And these was Shalatsky. Go ahead, Al.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if these was Jewish people migrating over here or Israelis, I guarantee you we wouldn't be seeing this on the news.
Nah, they would have set them up. And
they would have been set up. It would have been quiet. They would have set up. It could have been 5,000 of them, but it would have been hush hush. Them folks would be living plush, and we wouldn't be seeing this.
Yeah,
I do.
Nah, yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And they probably could even went over there and got them themselves. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta know, man. Ain't nobody. We only got one true Messiah to come save us, man. This system ain't gonna save us. And so while we here and we dealing with it, man, we gotta love our neighbor as thyself, man. We gotta be able to bring down this separation, man, and these color boundaries and these especially because we in the same communities, man. We in the same communities. We at the same poverty level. And until we can drop all of that, until we can look at some of the consequences of we letting these folks, we just letting sin just go, just run rampant. Just basic stuff, man. Do not steal, man. It's just basic. This is just it's basic stuff, man. It's basic stuff, but like I say, we done got so involved with the world, man, that we don't have no morality, man. We don't have no moral compass. What else was I gonna say? Jeremiah 29, 4-10. I had a couple of more raising up the child right, but we just gonna go to the other part, man. And we done hit on it a few times.
This is Jeremiah chapter 29, 4-10. 4.
4 through 10.
Okay. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there, diminished. And seek the peace of the city, whither I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it. For in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. But thus say the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, let not your prophets and your diviners that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams which ye cause to be dreamed. For they prophesy falsely unto you in my name. I have not sent them, saith the Lord. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word toward you in causing you to return to this place.
So we, build, have children, plant your vineyards. We got to start taking care of our households, man. We got to start taking care of our households. We got to start taking care of our supplements and if we're not gonna plant vineyards, we got to protect our grocery store. You're not gonna be out there planting. You got to protect our grocery stores, man. Where we go get some food, and this is how you get peace, man, and living peaceable. You know what I'm saying? Romans 13:1, living peaceable with all men, man. Even in our captivity, you know what I'm saying? This what was told to Jeremiah, man. Even though we in this Babylonian captivity for 70 years, man, be at peace, build houses, plant vineyards, raise children, give your children into marriage, multiply, and in you being peaceful, it'll bring peace. But when we have things, things being ravished, and you have, one community stealing from another community, one community killing another community, communities killing each other, you're not gonna have peace in that. Let's look at Isaiah 54:13.
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 13. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. And righteous.
That's all I want. When your children are taught by the Lord, when your children know the Lord, you can have a community of peace. What they call it? That's what ain't that Demona? I call it the land of peace, the land of shalom. There's a few things going on over there, but let them tell it's not like America. Sure, it's not as bad as it, but they still going through some things. But it's still a different level. You know what I'm saying? One more video, y'all. Y'all see my screen? Y'all see the YouTube thing still up?
Yeah, still got that Spanish cat on it. Yeah.
Watch later. Y'all see that?
It's dark, but yeah, that's it. Your cat got some home training.
And I just want to say, we got to be alike.
Trying.
And then you see when he started
learn
picking them
Hebrew?
up, you know,
Fact.
it was a certain image that was had about this team and they unsportsmanlike conduct and how they you know throwing trash on the thing. I think it was Alabama too. That they played. I don't know what the other team was, but I think they was inside of Alabama. But yeah, you just throwing. And then that was one of the coaches. First, Edomite was a coach, man. You know, gonna kick the trash can, and then with him doing that, it influenced the other people to start kicking stuff and throwing stuff down. But you had one brother that showed some light, and when he started picking up, you seen other people came and started picking some of that stuff up, and ultimately, man, and it don't take but one. It take one to start it. It take one to ignite it. But you gotta be a leader. You gotta be. What you think? Let me ask y'all this: what you think? The team said to him when he went back into the after picking that trash up. When he went,
Man,
back
what you
into
doing, man?
Yeah,
Get your butt in here, man. Lay that trash on that floor. Let them pick it up.
Outcast might have benched that joker for the next game. You know, but that's what it takes. You know, you gonna be being a light. Sometimes you gonna be that outcast, but when you do the right thing, man, people who recognize it will recognize that light, and they'll know that's the right thing to do, and they'll help you pick that stuff up and they'll help you there. But we need more people to be that example. Just like the influence of the darkness. That's how you have 100 teenagers going and running inside of a Walmart. That's how you have 1,000 because they get influenced by the darkness. It don't take but a couple of them, and then it can get a whole parade. But that also can be flipped onto us being lights also. And this is why you had that video going viral. I seen that video yesterday. That's why you had that video going viral. And I just knew, I was like, man, look, you know, you got to be totally separated. You're not influenced, you know, by the emotions of the team. You just lost the game. He lost the game just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't hesitate. He went down there, picked that stuff up, man. Didn't want his people to, and it ain't fair. It ain't fair for him to have to do it. Just what we have to understand too. It ain't gonna be fair. It ain't gonna you ain't gonna be appreciated. You ain't gonna appreciate you. They ain't gonna tell you thank you, but you still do it and be a light, and people will recognize that late. Y'all got anything? If I go to the net preset, go ahead.
Yeah, and that goes to show you that lesson that's being taught to these children. Like, you know, growing up in an athletic kind of family, so everything was about win. At what cost? Yeah, at all costs, you had to win. And so when you all you know is to be a winner, you don't know how to be a gracious loser, man. And that's what happens when they start getting into the real world. They don't know what it is to be lose. That's why when a woman turn them down, they want to kill them. Like, because they don't understand what it is to be rejected. We don't teach kids how to be a gracious loser. We give people second places. You know what I mean? Like, you still say, hey, look, you lost this one right here. You know what I mean? But hey, you still got to teach them the value of losing, because in this life you're gonna lose a lot before you win. But we don't teach our children how to be a gracious loser. You know, you got the coach out there. You know what I mean? Participating in this, man.
Started it out.
So what are you teaching these children, man? It's just a freaking game. It's just a game. But we so emotionally, and that's what I'm saying. The things that is mostly taught is not what you say, it's what you do. That's what gonna mean a lot to children, because like my grandkids, they very, very observing of what I do, not what I say, man. And so that's what I'm saying. With Yahushua, he always used to ask them what they said about me. Then what do you say? Oh, we know you the Christ. Why they knew you the Christ? Because the things he did. wasn't about he was boasting that he was the son of God. They say, can nobody do what you do, man? All right, so it ain't always what we say, man. It's what we say and back it up with our actions. You know what I mean? And so we as parents got to take heed of that. We got to take heed to what lessons are we teaching our children. A child just don't grow up to be a monster. That monster being taught to be that monster. Not yet, brother.
I said visuals speak volumes. Absolutely, man. This is gonna be my last precept, Matthew 5:13. But get at Isaiah 5:20 for brother Michael. Get that first, and then I'll close out on Romans Matthew 5:13 through 15. Unless brothers got some other, it's a plethora of precepts to come out of this thing, but brothers got any other precepts to bring out? I didn't want to just bog us down with that. A lot of my camp precepts about raising these children, man. But we like I said, that's one of those issues that we're missing also, is that whole, we don't want our kids bullied, we don't want our kids to cry, we don't want them to get scraped, we don't want them to you know, we want to keep the training wheels on the bike. And our kids are, like you said, they can't take rejection, they can't take no's, you know. Jokers spaz out when they don't get the job, and you know, or somebody tell them to do something. Like my niece, she can't take correction. She want to get back. If you correct her, she want vengeance. She want to find a way though. She want to find a way to get back. I'd be able to tell her, like, man, I don't need nothing from you. It's this that you can't get me back. I don't need nothing from you. It's nothing that you can give me. Like, you can't get me back, man. But because they're not used to, you know, we talk about that chin of rebuke, and also just, you know, Israel in general, man. It's hard for a lot of us to take correction, and it's hard for us to take it, and then it's hard for us to give it. A lot of times, if jokers can't really take it, they also don't really give it. You know what I'm saying? They also can't, you know, they won't give it either. I'll say the kids softer than wet cotton. We've making them. This system has softened them, and I can't keep blaming the system because we were raised better. And this thing, you know, we done went out and we just said dumb stuff like, well, I ain't gonna raise my kids the way my parents did, and I ain't gonna do them, and I ain't gonna whoop them like they did. Like I always be talking about that whooping, but I ain't gonna raise them. I ain't gonna put them on punishment. I ain't gonna make them come in at this time, and I'm gonna let them kick the bobo, and I'm gonna be friends with my child, and I'm gonna let them sit all in my conversations while I'm talking to other adults and all that. Maybe, man, you don't hear that no more. You don't hear that, man. Y'all get y'all little butt up out of here, man. You see grown folk talking. But we let them sit in these conversations, and then not only that, but, you know, these cell phones. You let them have them cell phones, man. Them conversations ain't nothing compared to what they hearing on them cell phones and the headphones that they got connected to them. But yeah, go ahead and bring it out.
Isaiah 5:20. It says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight."
That's where we at in this world, man. You know, we making the bitterness sweet, and we calling the good bad. We calling the good bad and the bad good. Just like that brother gonna walk in that door in the locker room, and everybody gonna cuss him out. Everybody gonna call him all kinds of names. They gonna hate looking at that joker. But that's what we dealing with, man. Customer of the heat and time out. Matthew 5. Matthew
5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savior, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
So us being that light, and that's one of our main purposes, man. I seen it was IUIC on the news for cleaning up the parks. Us showing that, or cleaning up the communities, picking up the paper. And trust me, because I done did it, like, you gonna have in your head, man, these folks do not even appreciate this mess. Like, it's they just tell you thank you and keep it moving, man. One time I was out there cleaning up this park, man, and everybody was, people just said, man, thank you. And in my head, I'm like, man, help. He's telling me, man, see how these bags I'm pulling up this hill, man. Y'all just gonna keep on walking. But then when some did come help me and bend down and help and start toting this stuff up, you felt a little better about it. But still gotta work on my flesh. But yeah, man, I'm just telling you, that's how it is. It's being a light. It ain't just, you get some good feelings, but a lot of times, man, you're going to feel underappreciated. But you got to know why you doing it and the reason you doing it, and the souls that you could be saving while doing it, man. The fruits that come with that. But that's part of the long suffering, man. That's part of the, though these things be grievous, man, don't grow weary of well doing. You just got to continue to do, even though you're not appreciated, even though you don't get the trophy, because ultimately you get the greater trophy, which is those rewards in heaven, man, in the kingdom, entering in those gates. Brothers got anything? And then, again, let your light be seen before men, that they may see your works and they glorify your Father. All right, you doing that for them to glorify your God, your Father. And salute, to brothers and sisters out there doing that. And we need more of that, though, man, to kind of hinder some of the darkness that's going on, because this looting and all this, man, this stuff is cool now, man. This is the cool thing to do. You ain't having a good weekend if you ain't winning and busting no stove and took everything up out. I had another video with some I'm sure with some of my Latino brothers. I can only speculate because they was masked up, but they broke in one. And they broke into the store. They had a darn, how the store got the bars on it. They had the little blade to slice the bars down. And then guess what they was in there grabbing? Weed whackers.
Cigarettes. Oh, weed whackers. Oh, yeah.
Weed whackers and lawnmowers. Those jokers finna go start them a lawn service. Those jokers grabbed about $5,000 worth of lawn equipment out of Home Depot, man. And out of Home Depot, Lowe's, or wherever they was at, man. They grabbed exactly what they need and got up out of there. But we still can't condone that wickedness, man. And like I said, I know we like to buy that stuff, man. I said my pocket bought a whole bunch of steaks from my sister, but when we do that, man, we promoting it, man. We getting our hands dirty. We getting our hands a little dirty. I know we don't want to think that, but you get your hands a little dirty when you buying that hot stuff, man, and you kind of promoting. We part of the problem too.
Yeah.
So I had to evaluate myself on that too, man. Because y'all sure was enjoying them steaks, man. And
you been throwing them on the grill, brother?
Yes, sir. I repent on that thing, man, but yeah, I can't. That net pack come through, man. I can't. I can't throw no coins at that net pack, man.
Good. Oh, praise you, brother.
Yeah, y'all pray for you, brother.
Yeah, man. It's gonna take a lot of it, brother, because we all around here struggling to do the right thing. I got a piece of
Go ahead, brother.
This is in Jeremiah real quick. It's to sum everything up when it comes to Israel, man. This is the book of Jeremiah 5. 5 and 21, and it reads, "Hear now this, O foolish people, and without understanding, which have eyes and see not, which have ears and hear not. Fear ye not me, said the Lord? Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand for the bounds of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it, and though the ways thereof toss themselves, yet can they not prevail, though they roil, yet they cannot pass over it. But this people have a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone." And the Most High just said that Israel have a revolted and rebellious heart, man. That's what Brother Dion was saying about. It's already written that no matter what you say, no matter what you do, Israel got a revolting and rebellious heart. We talk about the wicked of Esau, but if you really want to compare apples and oranges, ain't nobody more wicked than Israel, because Israel was given the law and we kept it not. Israel was given the law and we still was longer. Moses couldn't go up the mountains and finish getting the law from the Most High, and we down there worshiping gods out of Egypt, bro. You understand that we love to throw rocks, but we very seldom look at our own house and say, man, we got some issues in here, man. We got some wickedness in here. The Most High said Israel got a rebellious and a revolted heart, man. And Israel we better get it together. That's why judgment coming to the house of the Lord first. No matter what y'all say about these other nations, that fire coming, that little bit coming to you first. If you of Israel descent, if you Black, Hispanics, and Native American, if you Israel descent, when Christ come back, he gonna judge the house of Israel. He gonna judge Israel. So, man, good lesson, brother, man. You know, it's a heartful thing to see our people in this condition, man. But that's what it is when you don't take heed to God's laws. We gonna, like the scripture says, that the children, the women's gonna be raised as monsters, man. These are monsters that we raising, man. These little kids here, man, they don't care nothing about their parents. They don't care nothing about their grandparents. They gonna do whatever it takes to get what they want, man. And brother.
You see Brother Michael down there at the bottom?
What'd he say?
I was like, who got those stamps? Who got those stamps for sale? I was here thinking, I'm like, man, is that really? Wait a minute now. Is that, as government money, they gave them, they got a little extra. If they sell a little extra, oh man. But I yield with that, man. I don't know about them stamps, man. Stamps could be arms, man. That 50% off could be arms too. I don't know. Y'all rebuke me if you got to, man. But yeah, man, I yield with that, man. We hold this thing with edifying. Like I said, man, this is an open dialogue, man. We just trying to figure things out and look at the problems. Look at the problems that are plaguing our communities and what we can do to fix them. But generally, man, we got to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments. Come back and understand that faith in Christ, man. Understand what that blood did for us, man, and be operating under mercy and grace and forgiveness and just those basic commandments, man. Just the basics. If we can just even get the basics down. And this thing was summed up into 2. You can get those 2 down, man. This thing could be we can flip this thing, man, and usher in this kingdom. But again, just be a light, man. Separate yourself from the darkness. And I yield. Israel, y'all be blessed. Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, shalom.